Hi, welcome to another episode of Unboxing Entrepreneurship. If you have worked in an organization before starting your startup, how does that affect your entrepreneurial journey? Today's guest is going to talk about that. I've got Dr. Sudip Ghosh, the founder of Breww Therapeutics. Let's get right into it. Hi, Sudip. Welcome to Unboxing Entrepreneurship.
Hello, ma'am. Very good evening.
Good evening. How are you doing today?
Absolutely fine, ma'am.
Awesome. All right. So, before we get started talking about the topic that we had discussed, would you like to tell our viewers what you do and what your company does? Just give us a little bit of history.
Yeah, definitely. Actually, myself, Dr. Sudip, and with me we have Dr. Munna Bhattacharya. We are basically scientists by profession. We worked around 12 to 13 years in several industries like Kerala Pharmaceutical, Panisha Biotech, before starting our own venture at Breww Therapeutics. Currently, we are associated with Breww Therapeutics, and there is saying that something in your life, a small incident can change your life. So something same happened with us in 2020 when one of our very senior lab assistant, Vijayji, was just scraping his head with a steel scale, and he's directly said me that "कैसे doctor हो आप कुछ तो करो इस खोपड़ी के लिए," with the extreme case of dandruff and scalp. So हमने देखे जो it's not a new problem. Dandruff is a very old problem, but still it's a difficult thing to cure. So तब हमने start किया अपना और we are basically working first time in world formulations and our products, and it's basically a fermentation technology, Korean beauty and all those stuffs. So we developed some of the prototypes, and one day Vijayji said that your products, the first time in 26 year in the you said that in winter season it's extreme case of dandruff, and he woke up in one fine morning without dandruff flakes and all sorts of things. So it just touched his eyes touched us, and we thought that to do something, and we started our venture. So that's how we are here.
Awesome. So you started in 2020, and what has been the journey like in the last maybe about 2 to 3 years?
Extremely exciting. One of the main decisions is that we have to leave the job, and I left my job in 2022, early 2022. I started my own company in 2021, and then I left my job. It was a very hasty decision and a very tough decision to take. But at the end of the day, if you want to do something, you have to start from somewhere, and we have taken the decision. And for past 2 years almost, it's a beautiful journey. I'll say that it's definitely, I will not say it's a difficult journey, but definitely beautiful journey. We learn many things in this journey. Being scientists, we never used to talk with customer directly, and it's an opportunity that we can really interact with the customers, investors, and pitching, all sorts of new experience, how to run a company, organization, and beautiful experience. Lovely.
Yeah. Awesome. So actually, that is the most interesting thing about your journey. Number one is that you and your co-founder decided to switch after working for a very long time, right? 10 to 12 years, and you've also switched from really being a very technical kind of person to now managing a lot of different things. Of course, there's still a lot of your technical knowledge that comes into play because you are creating a scientific product. But like you say, you still have to now think about the customers, the pitching, the managing of a business, employees, and so many other things. So tell me, what would you say is the difference between being an employee and now being an entrepreneur? What are the things that you see on a daily basis that are very different for you?
Yeah, I think that there are several points of difference between an entrepreneur and a job. The first and foremost thing, I think that it's about responsibility. In job, we are responsible for particular assignment or particular project or particular work which has been allotted to us. But in entrepreneurship, you are responsible for each and everything from start to finish. Okay, so this is one of the main thing in compared to the job and entrepreneurship. You're
Yeah.
responsible for yourself. You're responsible for others.
Yes.
Second point is, of course, I think that in job, you are basically, you cannot, in job, you can depend on someone else. You can blame someone, but in
Yes.
entrepreneurship, I think that everyone depends on you. Everyone
Yeah.
will blame on you. So it's about
Yeah.
ownership. You have to take
Yeah.
in entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
Another thing which I find in the journey of entrepreneurship, decision making. Because
Yeah.
in a corporate structure, it's basically a different scale of hierarchy.
Yeah.
You can take in certain level of decisions, and it will it's something that all the decision you don't have to take. But
Yes.
in entrepreneurial journey, you have to take decision, fast decision, instant decision, and sometimes it may create a havoc. But still, you have to take decision. So this is the thing,
Correct.
decision making skill you learn from this entrepreneurship journey.
Yes.
Another is the thing, time. In job, maximum you will be responsible for 10 hours, 12 hours max.
Mm.
But entrepreneurship is 24 hours job. Even if sleep, you have to think all those things. In dream,
Yeah.
you'll get all those things, all those bugs over there.
Yeah.
Another most important thing is money. And
Yeah.
see, what I personally believe is that if you want to earn money for yourself, your family, then I highly recommend you please go for job, do job. But if you want others to earn money from you,
Mm.
with you,
Mm.
then entrepreneurship is your place, because it's, you
Mm.
are earning money not only for yourself and your family, but people are
Mm.
depending on you. Someone is buying a car based on that job. I also used to, at that time I was a employee somewhere.
Yeah.
Somebody
Mm.
is taking loan, somebody is taking bike, somebody is taking mobile phone, whatever it may be. They depend upon you, so they are earning money, so you are basically earning money for them. So it's
Mm.
basically, if you, as I repeat, if you want to earn money for you and your family, job is good.
Mm.
But if you want
Mm.
earn money for others, then
Mm.
entrepreneurship do. But in one, but in a nutshell, I'll just say entrepreneurship is just like driving a car, and you are sitting in a driver, so you are
Yeah.
driving that car. And in job, you may be a very good fellow passenger, excellent
Mm.
fellow passenger, but you are not driving that car. At the end of the day, entrepreneurship, you are driving the car, you have to take decisions, speed, low, high, it's all about that.
Yeah, yeah. Not only take decisions, also take the onus for however the decision has come by, right? Whether it has been successful or it has failed, and you have to pick up everything and start all over again. Everything is your responsibility. Everything
Yes,
falls.
yes. Everything you have to take your call. If it goes well, it's good
Yeah,
for
yeah,
it's all stakeholders. But
yeah.
if goes in a negative way, so you have to take the blame for your life and others life also.
Correct, correct. Yeah, yeah. That's, I think it's very well put when you said that being an entrepreneur means you're driving the car, and being an employee means that while you may still be contributing, but at the end of the day, you're not the driver. You're not making all the decisions, and you don't have all the responsibility, that comes with being a driver. So that's very well put. Now that you have worked before, and I'm in the same boat. I have also worked before. I started my entrepreneurial journey somewhere in the middle of my life. So I guess for me, I understand that what have I learned by working. But I just want to ask you whether has the experience been similar for you? Have you felt that working in companies before starting your entrepreneur journey has been beneficial for you?
Absolutely. I highly recommended that you should have an industrial experience.
Hmm.
That's also, I think that some of the things you should learn from industry. The first and very foremost thing is the how an organization works. When
Yeah.
you join an organization, a set organization, whether it
Hmm.
may be a startup or it may be a corporate. For me, it was
Hmm.
a big MNC's corporate. So you
Hmm.
learn that how a system works. Okay,
Yeah.
for example, you may be a very good coder. You may be a very good coder, but in industry, everyone is not coder. Over there,
Hmm.
you will find HR guys, you will find security guys, you will find housekeeping guys, you will find marketing guys, you will find purchase guys. So they are basically non-technical with respect
Hmm.
to your technical, and you are
Yeah.
non-technical for them with respect to their technical. So
Yeah.
in an organization, you learn the interdisciplinary skill to work with others.
Yeah.
And that will help you out when you are starting your company. For example, I will say again that you are a very good coder who doesn't need
Yeah.
anyone in for coding, but the guy will bring the project. He's from a business development team or he's from marketing team. He may not be a good coder, but he should be a good communicator, good
Yeah.
salesperson. So you have to work with. So in the beginning, before you start a company of your own startup, if you have that exposure how to work with other, because
Yeah.
while you are doing your startup, you have to deal with lots of other people.
Yeah.
Second thing, which I think that any industrial experience give you the ownership, give you the accountability, time
Yeah.
management, project management, because you have to complete your project at a certain time. The ownership, you learn. But I strongly believe that if you in any organization, if you get a job for 1,000 rupees, you should work honestly, hard work for 2,000 rupees. You should get 2,000 rupees. But the way you should work 2,000. Why? Because when you're starting your organization startup, you have to do almost 10 or 15 times more than your allotted job.
Yeah.
So what I really believe, while do your job sincerely, honestly, because you have to make skill. And in industry, everyone will not teach you. You have to learn. It's up to
Yes.
you how much you can learn. Your technical, okay, you'll be given a particular set of work, particular set of people, particular set of group. But at the best, you should work. Work overtime. Don't think about money at that point. Initial days, you have to learn many skills because it will definitely help you out.
Yeah.
Second, the most important thing is that while working, for example, a fresher, for example, you are getting 20,000 rupees. Okay, everyone family is different. I accept it. But for example, if you don't have any burden from your family because you are currently unmarried, you are starting your career. So if you are getting 20,000 rupees, what is my suggestion to the youngster is that in Gurgaon like place, you will get a PG or almost things sharing basis. You will get 8,000, 9,000 max. And miscellaneous you can save for 2,000, 3,000 rupee your expenses. The rest you save that money, 10,000 rupees. Try to save as much as money you can for next minimum for 2 to 3 years. After 2 to 3 years, when you start your company, at least you don't have to beg money from others to start their organization. You have something 10,000 rupees into 2 years, almost 2 lakhs you will have on a bank account. So don't have to beg, because whenever you will ask to your parents that I want to leave my job, the first answer will be no, because you have got a job. You do side everything, but don't leave the job. But entrepreneurship is a full-time job. Okay, so at least you will have some money to start your organization. So definitely you should have a work experience. Your work experience will give you many things which it will return back to you when you will starting your organization. So I definitely highly recommend to have your work experience first.
Yeah. I agree. I mean, work experience, whether it is for 1 year or 10 years, whatever it may be, it helps you understand, first of all, how an organization works, which I think as entrepreneurs is very important, because you may have a great idea and you are fully committed in working for it. Maybe you're financially stable as well and you can work 100% on it. But if you're not working in a systematic manner, if you're not working to a deadline, then you're not actually able to execute it properly. It's still an idea that is kind of wishy-washy and you're not sure where it's going. Whereas if you have worked in an organization, you know how long certain things take, you know the importance of breaking down certain tasks into smaller tasks, you know the importance of accountability, deadlines, and so on, right? So I think that only, sadly, we don't learn that in our education, but that we only get when we work in an organization, because an organization is very structured, right? It teaches you all these things. So I think that's the advantage. Now,
and also I just want to add one more thing. For example, I'm coming from a scientific background. Okay, so we are a research-based company, whatever it may be. Okay, but at the end of the day, in industry, I learned the scale, how to scale it up. What is cost? Today, if I went and to go to a doctor or a say a medical shop, so they will first thing they will ask about cost. So you have to design your product which is cost effective, which will be accepted in industry. So this thing you can only learn in industry. Either there are two ways. You can start doing mistakes and you learn, or you learn from a structured organization. Okay, you have to keep this cost. If MRP is this, then you have to manufacturing cost should be around this, so the distributor get this margin. You only learn these things in industry. No academic institute can teach you all those things. In academic, you learn you can learn business models and all those things. In research, you can learn research, but the scale, market. Another important point I missed out is management, manning. You will also learn manning from organization, because at the end of the day, finally you have to manage different people. So this type of skills you learn in industry. At least have some industrial experience, 2 years to 2 years, but at least have some industrial experience.
Yeah, absolutely. Totally agree with you. All right. So before we sign off, what's happening next for you? I know you're part of an incubation center as well. Just walk us through what are you looking forward to in the next 1-2 years?
Yeah, definitely. I think that we want to become a most innovative company in this sector. We're doing something very novel, but at the same time, we are responsible for the stakeholder who are investing in the money on us. So cost and sales is one of the most important thing. We are in a very saturated segment, but at the same time, we got lots of opportunities. So our main theme will be that we should be a cash-rich company, not a loss-making company. The very first thing, we should bring some innovative product in the market which are effective and cost-effective, therapeutic and cost-effective. And at the end of the day, the stakeholder of the company, the organization, the incubation center, government, whoever has invested on us, we got grant from government. Government trusted us. We got loan from State Bank of India. So the people who are trusting us in this stage, they should at least think that, okay, this company is profitable company. So the first motto should be the profitable, scalable, and of course, new products, new market.
Awesome. All right. I wish you all the best for that, and hope to stay connected through your journey.
Yeah, I think that I have just 3 pieces of advice to the youngster before I leave. I think that 3 things is one, that youngster, you should really complete your education first. Your education will give you an edge. Whatever education you are doing, don't try to be dropout. It will definitely give you an edge. Education. Have some industrial experience. Minimum 2 years you should have an industrial experience. And third, initial days, don't run for raising money. At least for first 1-2 years, try to be bootstrapped. It will give you many edge. You learn many things. Okay, so 3 pieces of advice, I think that should be for the youngsters.
Great, and I firmly believe all 3 of them, in fact. So yeah, that's pretty good, and I'm sure the audience took away something very valuable from you. Especially when we talked about younger entrepreneurs, I believe that the narrative right now is that let's be the next unicorn, but there is a process to it, and every experience that you have, whether that's completing your education or your professional having a professional career, all of that actually helps you eventually with your startup. So I don't think that any experience is lost. It's better to go through that and be wiser than to reject it and say, I don't need to do this, let me just skip ahead to the next step. So thank you so much, Sudip.
No education and no experience is waste. You learn definitely. Definitely. Nice talking with Pallavi, and it's really a good initiative you are taking. Hope you all the best, and thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you, and thank you for being the guest.
Thank you. Bye bye.